Hi, I'm Betsy Razum. Welcome to Release and Let Go and getting your word of the year through a meditation. Letting go of 2021. I want to talk about that. There are three emotions that we have that are the most detrimental to our health and well being and success. It's resentments, regrets, and rejections. Those three are the top three. They have a very dense energy and they can create dis-ease within us. So we're going to work on letting those go from 2021. And they may have popped up from your past and shown up in 2021. So before we get started, there is a worksheet that you can download. It's on my Facebook page, so you can quickly download it. If for any reason you're not able to do that right now, the beauty of a Facebook Live is it's going to be here on my page forever, as long as I have a Facebook page. So you can go back and revisit this. Make sure you have paper and pen. Some of these questions and steps, these 4 steps, might take some time. So you may want to repeat this and give yourself some time. I also encourage you to maybe do this monthly or quarterly. It's kind of like cleaning out the soul closet. You know, we'll feel a whole lot better if we do this on a regular basis. Step 1 is acknowledgement. You've got to acknowledge what you've experienced in the past year. Take time to write down the who, what, where, and when. That's step 1. If you have any resentments, regrets, 2021, a lot of us didn't fulfill our goals. We may have some regrets. We may have felt rejected by certain people, places, or things. So these are really important. Jot them down. Give yourself some time to do that. But that's step 1. Step 2 is expression. What are the feelings that you're getting? Because feelings aren't facts. However, we do feel them. We can't just shove them down. We need to express them, take hold of them, express those. Write them down. And when you express them without any shame or guilt. Whatever words you want to, whatever ways you want to. Frustration, anger, any of those feelings that pop up in regards to the resentments, rejections, or regrets. I'm certified in EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, and there's a tapping that you can do to tap away those feelings. One of the things that I do with my clients besides EFT is theta healing, and we will be doing our guided meditation later on. Will be a theta healing guided meditation. And when I work with clients one-on-one, we release those emotions and the triggers that go along with them. It's huge. And it's done quickly and easily. So go ahead and jot down any feelings you have in regards to that. Just want to get that out. We pretend we don't feel anything about it. It gets stuck. And that's what causes problems. Our subconscious mind knows these things and holds on to them. So we want to release that. Step 3 is lessons. Everything's a lesson. I heard a long time ago that things don't happen to me, they happen for me. And that was kind of hard for a while. But when I accepted that and realized that everything is a lesson, our souls are continually expanding. And these lessons provide us with good qualities, like maybe patience, the virtue of patience, the virtue of understanding. So when we look at the situation, the resentment, the regret, the rejections, our feelings, the circumstance, the people, places, and things, we look at the whole story, the whole picture, not the story we made up in our head, because we're really capable of doing that. Understand the lesson and ask yourself these questions. What good lessons have I learned through these experiences? What can I possibly learn positive or take positive for myself from the experience? How how does that experience how has that experience made me a better person? Wow, and sometimes it's really hard to see in a situation that was really challenging. How did this make me a better person? Because many times it does. How does this experience serve me? This was really important because in 2016, after my daughter was killed, it was like, how does this serve me? It serves me well because now I have the compassion and complete understanding of what grief is and how to deal with it in a positive way, and how to release emotions and how to release the triggers that come with that. And what would happen if I let go and completely forgive? One of the 4 agreements from Don Miguel Ruiz says, don't take offense. And when I'm in a situation and I realize this isn't about me, this is this other person, and they're only doing what they need to do for whatever lessons they're learning. And if I don't take offense, there isn't any resentment. There's nothing there for me to forgive. And I don't have to go through that forgiveness process. Life is so much easier. But here's the thing is when we do take offense, and we do take all this in, and we have a resentment or regret or rejection, we need to forgive. Not only forgive the other person, but forgive ourselves. And forgiveness is really for us. It releases that emotion behind it all. Gives us some peace. Step 4 is about gratitude. How do we find gratitude in this? Well, you say, thank you for teaching me these valuable, amazing lessons and giving me these virtues from the lessons. And once you thank, you can say, I know, excuse me, I no longer need these in my life to teach me these lessons. That's how we release. I don't need them anymore. I've learned the lesson, so I'm going to let it go. I know that I've got them now. I've mastered them, and I'm a better person because of it. When we go into that state of gratitude, we have released. We're going to be doing, when I do the guided meditation for the word of the year, we're going to do a prayer, a releasing prayer during that time. Because I didn't want to do a meditation, stop and explain, and do another meditation. So I want to roll it all into one. So I want to talk about the word for the year. It's so interesting because I've seen a lot of people post, what word did you pick for the year of 2022? And several years ago, I attended a white stone ceremony at a Unity church, and I received a word. There was a difference between picking a word and receiving a word. When I receive a word, it comes from the divine. It comes from God. And it's the perfect word for me for that year. When I pick a word, I'm picking out something I think might be good for me. My ego's involved. It's not coming from the divine. The word that chooses you this year is part of doing and part of being. Your word is both. It fits into all areas of your life. Conversations with clients, relationships. It influences everything. When you receive a word, it fits into all areas of your life and not just one. Receiving a word harmonizes all areas of your life. Choosing a word doesn't. I remember the year that Caroline passed away, and I received the word happy. And that was in January. And I was like, why do I need this happy word? I wrote it down on a little stone. Because I was like the happiest person you'd ever see. People would comment on that. Oh, Betsy, you're so radiant, you're happy. Da, 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 da. I was like, this does not make sense. And I argued with God. I said, well, this doesn't make sense. And yet August came and my daughter was killed. And I wasn't very happy. And it took a while for that. And I remember the day I unpacked my office from a move and my happy stone showed up. And at about that same time that it showed up, I'd started to feel happy again. Last year, my word was recovery. And I was talking to my husband about recovery. It's like, what did I recover from? A lot of things. A lot of things. And it served me in ways I didn't realize it would serve me. And with the pandemic, I recovered a relationship with my granddaughter. I had not met her. I recovered that. There's a lot of recovery. This year, what was the word? I just did the meditation. I didn't write it down, and I need to write it down. Anyway, I'll get back to you on that when it comes back to my head. I'll have to go back. It'll probably come again in the meditation because God Source does that. It reminds me because I argued. It was like, are you sure this is? It's release. Because I was doing a lot of typing with the word release, and let go, and the word was release, and I was like, are you sure? And I argue with my higher power, and I always get the right answer. And I'm like, okay, my ego was involved, and I'm releasing and letting go. So the word release is my word for the year, and I did that ahead of time before I did the meditation because I didn't want to put my energy, my energy or my thoughts into the meditation. I wanted this to be totally for you. So anyway, you've got your worksheet, and if you don't, you can always go back and download it. And I'm going to guide you through the process of receiving your word, and also the releasing and letting go prayer. So I'm going to go ahead and turn some meditation music on, and I have purchased this from iTunes, or what's now called Apple Music, so it is legitimate. I'm allowed to use it. I just can't sell it. Let's see, here we go. I don't want it to cover up my voice, but I wanted to give it a little bit of background. I turn it up just a hair. There we go. It's a little bit of sound. And I love my indoor chime. It's such a wonderful sound. Go ahead and get comfortable. If you're driving in a car, turn this off. You can listen to it later. We want to be safe and attentive when we drive. If you're in a place you can get comfortable, close your eyes and relax. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Expressing gratitude with every breath. We take in and we take out. Let go. Once you're comfortable, I want you to go to your heart space. Connect with that energy there that's you. That spark of light. You see, that spark of light is a ball of light. We take that ball of light of energy that is us and we travel down to the bottom of our feet. And we imagine little tiny white roots going from the bottom of our feet all the way down. We travel down those tiny little white roots. We travel all the way down, down, down to Mother Earth, the core of Mother Earth, the center, and we ground. We connect. Once we have connected, we thank her for her energy and wisdom and all that the planet gives us. Bring that energy back up through those those tiny little white roots and up through the bottom of our feet. And as we're bringing this energy up through the bottom of our feet, this energy travels up our body, opening every single chakra, twirling those chakras around. For those of you that don't know what chakras are, they are our energy points in our body, and we have 12 of them. Most people think there's only 7, but there's 12 of them. Number 12 is a very special number. Anyway, we're going to travel up the top, up through our body, opening those chakras. As we travel up and up and up and up, go to the top of our head. We go out. You see that ball of light that's us go out the top of our head, out into the air, through the roof of where we are, up into the sky, up, 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 past the sky into the universe. And as we're traveling in the universe, we're going above the universe, and we have levels of light, and we keep going through these levels of light one by one, and there's a little darkness between the light and the next light and the next light and the next light. And finally we go through a pink light, which is the pink light of compassion. We go through that, and off to the side we see a rectangular shaped window with this bright pearlescent blue light. And we go through that light window. We travel through that window. And now we are connected to God, light, source, love, whatever it is that you call that. We are connected. Creator of all that is, it is requested that you send unconditional love to every cell of the body on all 4 levels with ease and grace for every person that is listening to this Facebook Live. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done, show me. As we are connected to the higher power, the source of all that is, we want to release and let go any of those emotions from 2021 and before. Those resentments, those regrets, and those rejections. I pray now that, Creator of all that is, that you release and don't want to make room for the desires, and I now want to release what I don't want, to make room for the desires of my heart. I now forgive and release everything and everybody of the past, present, who needs forgiveness and release. I ask for your help in doing this, Creator of all that is. I lose and let you go. I let go and let God do His perfect work in this experience for the highest good of all concerned. Thank you, Creator of all that is. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Release and let go. The resentments, the regrets, and the rejections, and all the negative feelings that have come with it. Embracing the lessons we've learned with gratitude in our hearts, knowing that we are made better from those experiences. We say thank you. And as we are connected to the divine source of God, Creator of all that is, it is requested that you choose a word for every person in this Facebook Live to receive their own personal word of the year 2022. In the silence, you will receive that word. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Show me. I want you to remember that word, and once we're done with this guided meditation, take the time to write it down and know that this word guides you in all that you do. It's a very special word given to you by the divine God, Creator of all that is, just for this year. give you focus and clarity and purpose. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. You may open your eyes and come back. Wonderful, my connection's, it says my connection is bad, but we'll see. Well, I can always do it again, right? There's no rules here. I want to thank you for joining me today. Check out my website, betsyrosum.com, for the free quiz to determine if you have unresolved trauma, loss, or grief. Because resentments, regrets, rejections show up when we have those things. In this quiz, there's a whole lot of behaviors that show up. For example, we're stressed out, exhausted, self-critical, judgmental of others. We feel emotionally cut off. We're always trying to fix other people's skills. We're not trusting in ourselves or others. We have the need to prove ourselves. Difficulty setting boundaries. We attract narcissistic partners. We might be indecisive, a perfectionist, lacking self-confidence, self-sabotaging behaviors. I just posted a video on my Facebook page that I did, The Science of Self-Sabotage. It talks a lot about this. But anyway, this quiz goes over it's 3-4 pages long. It gives you a whole list of behaviors that you might be experiencing. And if you are, there's a good chance you have unresolved trauma. You know, as women particularly, and some men, we don't deal with that stuff. When we go through a trauma, loss, or have a reason to grieve, we become tough. We're like, oh, well, I have too many things to do and not enough, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for this, so we just shove it down. And yet our subconscious knows, and it does certain behaviors because of it. So we want to clear that out. Then you can set up a discovery call and find out how I can help you with releasing those triggers and the emotions and all of those behaviors quickly and easily through theta healing, EFT, and advanced Psych-K. I'll be sharing all this information in my Soulful Journey group. If you're not a member, go join it. It's a Facebook group. You can also go on my website, and if you're not in my list, when you go and get the quiz, fill in your email. And I don't bombard people with emails. I try to give value. This will be here. You can watch it as many times as you'd like. And I encourage you to get the worksheet. Very pretty little worksheet I did on Canva. I want you to have a happy, healthy, prosperous new year. Thank you for joining me today.